Love can sure make people crazy. Welcome to MsMojo, and today, we're counting down our picks for the top 10 craziest meltdowns on The Bachelor. For this list, we're taking a look at the most memorable and dramatic freakouts from all the Bachelor Nation shows, including The Bachelor, The Bachelorette, and Bachelor in Paradise. Number 10. Cupcake Chris crying on the edge of a cliff, The Bachelorette.
I really wish that you could be my life, Caitlin.
If you thought this list was going to be all about women having emotional breakdowns, don't worry, because we're including examples from across the gender divide. In the 11th season of The Bachelorette, Caitlin and Chris took a romantic helicopter ride together in Ireland's Killarney National Park. Unfortunately, Caitlin began to doubt her feelings for Chris, and tearfully told him he would not be getting a rose.
Feels like something's wrong with me because you are everything I want in somebody, and I just don't feel like I fully see it.
While his interview was calm and measured, he had to take a moment to absolutely lose it, crying on the edge of an Irish cliff.
I didn't think I was gonna cry.
Number 9. Olivia's regret over her showgirl routine, The Bachelor. Olivia wasn't exactly a fan favorite on Ben Higgins' season of The Bachelor, and viewers couldn't help being a little vindicated when she dropped her cool girl facade after a lackluster showgirl performance during a group date talent show. The dance itself was absolutely cringeworthy, with Olivia looking awkward and uncomfortable the whole time. But her reaction afterwards was one of pure embarrassment, because Ben didn't feel like she looked like wife material while stumbling around the stage.
I'm just having a panic attack. I don't want to be on camera. Why can't I just have a moment?
Honestly, it made us even have a little bit of sympathy for her.
I don't know if I can do this, you guys. I don't know.
Number 8. JPJ Picking a Fight, Bachelor in Paradise.
Name one thing that I said that's false, Derek. Don't insult my intelligence, Derek.
John Paul Jones, also known as JPJ, is a pretty intense dude. And when he was on the 6th season of Bachelor in Paradise, he focused his attention on bringing down his rival, Derek. He accused Derek of using his Bachelor Nation fame to get women, and of drumming up drama in order to have better content for his podcast.
Well, anyway, he has a podcast that he has to create content for, that he talks about, sort of, he needs drama to, feed his podcast, right? Sort of bouncing from you to Tayshia gives him a lot of content for his operation, right?
Derek's interest in Tayshia is the last straw, and JPJ decides to confront him in an extremely aggressive and pretty unhinged way at a wedding.
What did I say that's false? Name one thing that I just mentioned that's false, Derek. You're full of You're in this for fame. You take advantage of women. You are not in this for the right reasons, Derek.
Oh, hold on.
Derek manages to keep his cool, while JPJ totally loses it on him. And their follow-up conversation in the next episode is not much better.
My reputation is impeccable.
Don't get that close to me. This is us talking.
I did not even get close to you.
You just spit on my face, John.
Number 7. Annaliese's fear of bumper cars, The Bachelor.
I just can't stop crying. I'm so scared.
We've seen Bachelor contestants be afraid on dates before, when it comes to extreme pursuits like skydiving or bungee jumping, but we couldn't have imagined a Bachelorette with a fear of bumper cars. But after a traumatic childhood experience, Annaliese can't manage to have a good time on her group date to a demolition derby race.
When I was a kid, I was doing bumper cars, and I just remember getting trapped in the middle, and everyone just kept hitting me, and I was just crying, and I hated it.
Because this is such a difficult phobia to relate to, the audience had a tough time feeling bad for poor Annaliese. Ari tried to help his potential love interest come down from her anxiety, but even his comforting words weren't quite enough.
You'll do fine. I'll put myself in between us so you get hit a little bit less. Does that make you feel better?
Yeah.
Number 6. Ashley I's Deadwood elimination, The Bachelor.
Why did you tell her what I said to you? And what do you think she's gonna say?
In an episode of the 19th season of The Bachelor, the remaining contestants head to Deadwood, South Dakota, where a much-dreaded 2-on-1 date takes place. Any Bachelor fan is familiar with this premise, where one rose is given out and the other girl is sent home.
I just feel like I cared so much more than she does.
When Chris explained to Ashley I that he didn't think they had compatible lifestyles, she couldn't contain her tears.
I feel in my gut, in my heart, in knowing the lifestyle I live and the world I live in, I don't know that you'd be happy.
And this was far from the only time that she lost her cool on the show. When she appeared on Bachelor in Paradise, she said she'd only cry 3 times, but quickly exceeded her goal.
And it's just because, like, it's just, how am I supposed to find another you?
Number 5, Jordan drowning a stuffed animal. Bachelor in Paradise.
I'm happy about it.
You're happy with your dog?
Yeah.
It's a good way to celebrate your special birthday.
During the 5th season of Bachelor in Paradise, David gave Jenna an oversized stuffed animal, and Jordan did not take kindly to it, dragging it onto the beach and attacking it before throwing it into the ocean. The fact that he was doing all of this in an absolutely ridiculous Hawaiian print outfit certainly didn't make the situation any less funny. We couldn't help but laugh alongside the rest of the cast as he stormed back inside.
It was just a nice gesture. We named it Brownie. Brownie the big dog.
It's a big dog and I just drug its big ass across the beach. So maybe I'm a bigger dog.
And this wasn't the end of his antics. On the following season of the show, he was back and ended up getting kicked off after tearing down a piñata and getting into a physical altercation with Christian.
Christian, I'm really sorry. Clay is a good friend of mine.
I know he is. Don't touch my.
He's a good friend of mine.
Don't touch
okay?
Don't touch me.
What's happening?
Come here, bitch!
No, guys.
Number 4, Chad threatening Chris Harrison. Bachelor in Paradise.
You, Chris Harrison, come at me.
In the very first episode of the 3rd season of Bachelor in Paradise, Chad seemed to suddenly lose it and took out his emotions on many of the other players around him. He stormed away from the group, ranting and raving as the cameras followed him.
I'm asking you to leave Paradise right now. Wow, you serious? Yeah, dead serious. Okay, well, I'm not gonna walk off right now. I'm gonna still keep sitting here.
Him kicking off his flip-flops and then railing on about how many crabs there are all over the place adds an element of humor to his meltdown.
There's a lot of crabs everywhere. Why crabs everywhere? You crabs.
But when he began to confront host Chris Harrison, things took a strange turn, as he accused Chris of drinking mimosas in a robe and not actually watching the show.
Man, you act like you've seen me. You didn't even watch it. You went to sleep last night with a mimosa and a robe on. You didn't even watch the show.
Number 3, Jason crying after breaking up with Molly. The Bachelor. Pretty much every season finale of The Bachelor is touted as the most dramatic yet. But that was actually true when season 13 came to a close. After proposing to Melissa in the final episode, Jason realized that he had made a mistake and was actually in love with runner-up Molly.
So going back to that final day, what I realized is I was falling for 2 people at the same time.
So he broke up with Melissa during the After the Final Rose special and told Molly he wanted to be with her.
I remember your head facing straight forward, limo door shuts, and I fell. Like, I remember falling to my knees and just walking up the stairs, trying to get to where I needed to be just so I could, like, take a breath. And I've never cried so hard in my life.
So that's why it makes a lot of sense that he was so torn up after breaking up with Molly in the first place and could not seem to stop sobbing. Number 2, Colton hopping a fence. The Bachelor. The 23rd season of The Bachelor, which aired at the beginning of 2019, also had a very dramatic conclusion. While in Portugal, Bachelor Colton realized that Cassie was the one for him, but after she spoke to her father about her doubts, she began to have a change of heart about their relationship.
I don't know if I can get therapy. Like, I wonder if I would have been sure by now. I don't know.
She tearfully told Colton it wasn't going to work, and he reacted by storming out, punching a camera, and running away from the producers and Chris Harrison. For his dramatic exit, he leapt over a fence, causing panic amongst the production crew as they tried to follow him. He then ran off into the night to roam the countryside, not to be found for hours.
Colton!
Colton!
Before we unveil our #1 freakout, here are some honorable mentions.
I am never, and I'm not ever going to reach for anything. I've been nothing but truthful with Hannah. And you are not gonna mess it up, okay?
I'm not gonna mess it up.
No, I don't care what you said to her, but I am tired of it. You know what this is right here? This is a pile of baloney. Look at that.
When you do things like this, it makes me second guess myself. It's like you blowing me out of the water. I've never been in this position ever.
Justin, you seriously gonna walk away from me? You're gonna go out like this? This is how you wanna be perceived? Justin, talk like a man, first of all.
People have judged me because I haven't said good morning, because of my look on my face and my eyebrow. I can't control my eyebrow. I cannot control my eyebrow. I can't control what's on my face 24/7.
I have to do all this alone afterwards now. I do it all alone. Trying to go through all this alone.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. #1, Vienna and Jake talking about their breakup. The Bachelor.
Together for the first time since their breakup. Let's bring her out. Vienna, why don't you come out and join us?
On Jake's season of The Bachelor, Vienna certainly wasn't a fan favorite, with viewers being shocked when she was kept around week after week. Jake gave the final rose to her when the season wrapped, but just months after the finale aired, the two had split and agreed to meet with Chris to film an interview about why their relationship had ended.
Why are you raising your voice?
Because you are the biggest fake liar I've ever met in my entire life.
The former couple seems to be clearly on bad terms, and both snap at each other on camera during the segment. Jake attempts to keep his cool at the beginning, but eventually flies off the handle and starts shouting at Vienna.
You don't know me and I wouldn't have done it, and if
I don't know you, then why
please stop interrupting me. The thing is, I would have never done this to somebody that I love.
Vienna breaks down and eventually storms off, which definitely makes this the most heated breakup in Bachelor history. Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.